Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I was just outside with my guinea pigs and like I'm sweating. And like now I'm avoiding wanting to go to my house because it's so hot there. There's no air conditioning, there's no nothing, and I just like it's so nice out and I feel so bad for being a hermit, but it's just so hot, you know? So while I'm hiding from the heat and eating, I thought, hey, why not talk about something? Because I kind of been thinking about it for the last couple days, and I just wanted to share this with you because if anyone's happening to go through this at their point in their life, you know, maybe they can relate to this and it can shed some light and give them a new perspective, and hopefully for the better. Hopefully for the better. I hope that this stays in focus. Yeah, this is in focus. Okay. My hair's kind of all over the place right now, but it is as per usual, right? So, I mean, whatever. This is so good. It's starting to get a little bit cold, so that's why I'm probably gonna be like, oh, probably really gross to see. Sorry. So, what I wanted to talk about is not being able to be happy until I'm skinny. So this mentality that I used to have was so toxic. It was so toxic and it brought nothing into my life except for disappointment and, you know, just all very negative feelings. You know, I can't even start to list them off because there were so many of them. It becomes something that you allow to consume you. And what I allowed to consume me was the fact that I didn't think I was pretty or good enough, and not for like boys and stuff like that, but for myself. You know, like I remember when boys would always say, hey, you don't have to, you know, do this, like guys like you the way you are. It's like sit the fuck down. This isn't for you. I'm glad you think you're that important, but no honey, this is for me. Even though it was very toxic to my being and I didn't know how to do it properly, so I did it in the only way that I knew how and was, you know, given to me via internet, via Kayla at Scenes, but Blogilates, all of those calorie restricting bitches. Next. And I was never happy with myself unless I was having a skinny day. You know, if I ate something like, and I mean of course something bad that would make me bloated because I was just so undercarved and just so starving for anything that I would just want the most calorie dense thing around, and then I would binge on it. I really had that for flakies. I don't know if any of you know what those are, but these are them. Ugh. I would literally eat like a whole box at a time in like my mom's room. Like, oh my god, and then I'd be like, oh my god, no, and then I'd go throw it up and it would just be such an awful process. But anyways, that's another story for another time. But it does have a lot to do with what I'm talking about right now. And I was in, you know, besides the fact that my chemistry was so fucked up and my nervous system was just so shot from starving it for so long and living on close to nothing. No, I was never hospitalized, but I was very good at hiding. Very good at hiding, and I never wanted to share it with anyone. And I had a boyfriend at the time that this was going through. He saw me drop 60 pounds within, you know, 6-7 months. And I don't know how he did that. It must have been so hard on him, and it's something you don't take into consideration at the time. You know, your only thought is like, fuck you, like, you know what, I'm being healthy, I'm doing this for me, I'm getting fit, I'm, you know, 1200 calories a day. Like, I was going from anywhere from like 400 calories a day to like 1200 calories a day, you know, unless I had like a binge day, which always ended up coming right back up. But it was those times that they didn't, but it, like, you know, I physically couldn't because my throat was just like, please don't, like, it couldn't take anymore. And I was so hard on myself, you know, so hard on myself. Like, literally after I binged one time, I was texting my boyfriend at the time, and I don't know, I guess I came across very like I didn't want to talk, I didn't want anything. You know, I really was just in this very dangerous, dark, self-hatred place. And I didn't try to get myself out of it. I just, you know, dug myself a deeper hole, as most girls can probably relate to if they've gone through something like this. you know, no matter what anyone says, it doesn't matter because your mind is on the end goal, and that end goal is nothing more than just how your body looks on the outside, you know? You do so much for a peace of mind that you never get. But anyways, I was texting him and I told him, like, I guess, I can't remember exactly what it was because this is so long ago. I was in high school. It was something along the lines of like, I don't want to talk, leave me alone, I'm shutting off my phone, like I don't want anyone to come see me, blah blah blah. Like I think I sounded suicidal because he rushed over when he was there within like 15 minutes. I would just like lock myself in my room crying, you know what I mean? Like it was so silly because all of this was because I felt bloated, was because I ate a lot, was because I wasn't skinny, I didn't look like the girls that I saw on the internet and stuff like that, even though such a big majority of those people are, you know, also calorie restricting and also starving and also this and that. It's just that for that moment in that photo they look so pretty and perfect, but it's not how it is whatsoever, you know. And I'm not saying that for all of them, but a majority of them, when these women, and you know, when you see pictures of these grown women and they're like a size 2, I don't know, not to make assumptions, but this started off as me wanting to kind of not spread, but just to pass along the message of, you know, the mentality of you need to be skinny in order to be happy. Like when you allow yourself to put yourself in that place where you need something to be happy, you're never going to be happy, because whether it's a car you need or an apartment you need, or which were things for me, you know, I was like, I'm going to be happy when I have a car and an apartment. I'm not saying I'm not happy, I definitely am, but not because of those things. I'm very grateful for those things, but you can't hold on to things like that in order to make you happy. Life doesn't work like that, you know, because as human beings, naturally, we're gonna want the next thing as soon as we get what we desire. Because how boring would life be if you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be happy and at the top of my game once I have the perfect house, perfect job, perfect girlfriend, perfect whatever. Like, okay, you get all those things, then what? Is that it? Then are you just living in routine and the same thing every single day for the rest of your life? No, of course not. You're gonna want to do new things and go new places and do all this new stuff. You know, you're not going to want to stay stagnant. It's not something human beings are literally designed to do. Like, it's just not who we are. And I really feel like I got into a little deep. Not a little deep. I feel like I started to really dip into talking about my past eating disorder, and I will be making a video on that probably right now because, I mean, why not? Wow, the thought of it is almost getting me a little bit emotional. I haven't felt like that, thinking about that, in a long time. It's very interesting to me how you can go so long not feeling any emotions arise regarding past events that were very, I don't want to use the word traumatic, because in comparison to a lot of things a lot of other people have gone through, it doesn't even come close, you know. But that's not to say that your own battle wasn't a battle within itself. And wow, I am getting emotional right now. What the heck? But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to share that because I even want to tell you this, like, even when I first started going vegan, I listened to Freely, everything like that. Do you want to know what my first initial thought was? Because this was when I started gaining weight, when I started eating raw till 4, and, you know, I wasn't eating this way because I was like, oh, Freely eats this way, I'm gonna eat this way. You know, it was who I was staying with at the time ate like that. That's what was available, you know what I mean? So I adapt to my surroundings very quickly, which I'm very grateful for. I find, you know, sometimes I may be a little, but like, I will dive right into it. I'm not gonna, oh my god, freak out about it, you know, it is what it is. And of course, because I restricted so many calories and, you know, all of that's fun stuff, not fun stuff, awful stuff, not good stuff, never do that stuff. Of course I gained weight, and my first thought, even though I knew what was right and I understood what Freely was saying and it all made perfect sense to me, my first thought was, and take this into note, I watched the video that Freely made about Kayla scenes, and I never knew that. I never knew how, you know, awful that was and how much it would destroy my metabolism, because I wanted to do it for so long. I wanted to do it before I went to Hawaii to, you know, look good for him, blah blah blah, look good for myself, all that bullshit. Anyways, he started my journey to recovery. Wow. You know, I always knew that he introduced me to like Freely and Harley and stuff like that, but I've never actually taken into consideration the fact that someone in my life introduced me to a lifestyle that answered questions I never thought I would get answers to. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. It's just like, for any girls who have struggled with an eating disorder, you know how hard of a mental toll it takes on you. Oh my god, I look awful. 1 second, I'm gonna have to recoup. Ew, I don't want to be one of those people who cries on my videos, but you know, this is not to get sympathy, this is not to get pity whatsoever. I'm wanting to possibly help people, you know, because I finally got answers to questions I never thought I would get answers to, and I didn't think changing my lifestyle, and just from starting with what I ate, could give me life again. You know, like, I was sleepwalking through life. I was very lost at what I wanted to do. I had no passion, no nothing. You know, I was smoking a ton of cigarettes, like a pack every couple of days, and I didn't know what to do. I was involved with, you know, people who were very, very self-absorbed, if that's the word to say. Yes, people who didn't care about me, guys who would treat me like absolute shit, and I would let it happen, you know, and that stemmed from all other things, you know, that I'm actually gonna make separate videos on that. You're probably like, what the heck? I know, I'm gonna keep that a little bit of a mystery until then. But anyways, so it changed my life. Wow, that's so cool, you know, to think about that. But I'm getting a little bit off track here, or am I? No, I'm just getting really in my emotions. But yeah, so what I wanted to add to that was the fact that I wanted to do Kayla, it seems, the whole, I don't know if it's a 6-month thing, I don't know how many weeks it is, 6 weeks maybe? Yeah, it's definitely 6 weeks, not 6 months, because it is a quick fix and a long-term fuck up to your body. But my thing was, because I was involved with someone back at home who, even though he treated me like absolute shit, like shit to the point where he invited me over. I was supposed to go over after he came home from the bar, and instead he told me he puked and passed out. Meanwhile, he brought my friend home and hooked up with her, and then tried to get me to come over the next morning, and then I still was involved with him. Oh, Jasmine. Oh, no, no. It was so hard to get over him for so long, honestly, because I feel like I romanticized that emotional abuse just from things in my childhood, you know what I mean? And I really had to work on loving myself to let that go. And that's how much I just wanted to, it wasn't an intention to hurt my body, but those were the lengths I would go to just to, you know, impress him, impress myself, so I could look in the mirror and be like, oh my god, thigh gap, oh my god, little arms, this and that. No, like, that's not what it's about. At first it was all about my body. Like, when I went vegan, it was just like body, body, body. That's all it was. And it's like, as much as I wanted to believe Freely when she said this is a process and you have to learn to love yourself before you get to the body you desire, you know, and I was like, I don't know if I could do that. It was really hard, you know, it was really hard to do that. And but it's a journey, you know, and I got there. Like, I'm here, I'm already here, you know what I mean? Like, how cool is that? There are obviously things that I'm still needing to work on. That's life. We're always gonna have things that we're working on. We're growing and learning constantly, and every second things are changing. But what will never change is the fact that now instead of looking in the mirror and judging my self-worth because of how I look on the inside, like, I know that I love my personality. Like, I love who I've become. I love the perception that I have on things. You know, I love the way that I, you know, handle certain situations. And again, there are still some that I have to work on, but like the base of it is that you can't wait on something physical or materialistic to appear. You cannot rely your happiness on those things, because I know I sound like a broken record, but just please, if you're at that point in your life where you are really needing to work on loving yourself, like, just work on loving yourself, okay? Please try to remember that you're not just this. This is just the form that we're in right now, and we've just embodied this awesome physical form in order to live for, you know, X amount of years on planet Earth. So just remember that you can shape it and mold it. You just gotta give it love. You have to give it nutrition. You have to give it lots of water, and you have to give it sleep. You know, cut that alcohol, cut those drugs, like, get high on life, man. People ask me how I have so much energy, and it's because I took those toxins out of my life. And I said, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not doing these hard drugs that are so toxic to my body. Okay, I'm gonna make this quick because my card is full and this is probably dragging on and on and on, and I don't know if any of you are actually sticking around this long, but if you are, and like I said, if you are at this point in your life, like, focus on other things, you know what I mean? Start focusing on what you want to do, where you want to go, things you want to do. Make an inspiration board, you know, what do you want out of life? What do you want? Anything. There are no boundaries, no restrictions. Don't worry about money, don't worry about anything whatsoever. Throw that all to the backside and say, what I want. You know, pretend like these magazines or whatever you're getting your pictures off of is a catalog of the universe. And I've said this before in another video of mine. I don't know if you're watching this, if you watched that and you kind of are ringing a bell, but inspiration boards are awesome. They help with motivation so much, you know. Focus on giving yourself love in the way of giving your body food that is nutritious, you know, like vegan. Go fucking vegan. Cut those animal products out. Cut them out. Even, you know what? Hey, what about this? I challenge you. If you're not vegan, I challenge you to go vegan for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you can do that, you're gonna start to somewhat feel the effects, and once you start feeling your body feeling good, you're not going to want to go back. You're going to want to start doing more of those things. And when I say go vegan, I'm not saying eat salads and eat nuts and that's about it, because you're going to feel like shit. You're going to be undercarbed. Your energy levels are not going to be high. You're going to be sluggish and blame it on protein deficiency, and that's not the way to go. Carb the fuck up. Eat tons of fruit. Eat tons of pasta, potatoes, rice, vegetables, couscous. So nice they named it twice, you know what I mean? Anything that tickles your fancy. It's up to you. High carb, keep it high carb. If you want to eat a little fatty, cool. If you are, you know, trying to weight loss, I definitely would recommend going vegan long term and then going on a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. You know, when I say plant-based, I'm not just talking about eating just plants, okay? Just a good amount of plants, because plants are good for you. I think I just spit on the camera screen. Ugh, he's gonna blame me for so many fingerprints on here. Okay, and yeah, you know, do little things to make yourself feel good. Like, simplify things. Simplify your life. You know, whether that's taking some time, an hour, throwing some music on, deep cleaning your room, or just going through clothes and, you know, organizing them, or sorting ones that you want to throw away and, you know, keep if you want to minimalize your stuff. That has really helped me. Minimalizing my things has made me feel amazing. You know, taking some time to paint your nails, or make sure it's cruelty free. Paint your nails and, you know, just brush your hair or braid your hair before bed. Go on a walk. If you have pets, go on a walk with them. Spend a lot of time with them. You know, spend time with your family. Read a book. Start journaling. I don't know, there's so many things. So many things. You just gotta focus on more than what you look like in the mirror, and you'll find happiness a lot sooner. Because remember that happiness is a choice in the moment. In this moment right now, you have a choice to be happy, or you have a choice to experience some other kind of feelings. Do you want to be experiencing those feelings that you are now? Are they serving you? Are they making you feel good? Are they making your heart feel warm and open and you just want to share your love with everyone? No? What are you feeling like? If you're down, like, what are you down about? Is it worth being down? Because life is literally so short. A lot of people think that it's so long and drags on and this and that, but realistically we only have about like 80 to 100 years for those of us who treat our bodies right. That's like nothing. That's like a blink of a fucking eye. Think about it right now. I don't know how old you are watching this, but just to think back 5-10 years to how much has changed. You know, like, and you feel like, whoa, it's not even there. You know, so live for right now. I personally think that all life should be is having fun. You know, having fun and experiencing and giving love. Because what you give to another, you give to yourself. And if you're projecting love and giving love, you're going to get that. And you're going to get that in abundance and you're going to feel so good. I don't think life is about working a job that you hate and going to school and spending so many hours on something you do not feel passionate about to the core of your being. Do you feel passionate for what you're in school in? Did that sentence make sense? I don't really know. Are you in school? Do you feel passionate about that? Yes? That's awesome. Good for you. If you don't, why are you there? You know, because you're paying for that. Maybe if your parents are paying for it and you don't really care that much, it's just something to do. I can get that, but then again, you're wasting your own time. Like, you could be doing so much more. If you're working a job that you hate, or you're, you know, living under someone else's rules, why? Like, you can change that. Just change it. And, you know, getting a little off topic, but this all comes down to it is like how much you love yourself is really going to show once you start making that a focus. You know, like once I started letting myself truly experience that self-love and acceptance of who I am and focusing on who I want to be, even though if I don't really know how I'm going to get there, that's okay. What do I want to surround myself with? Who do I want to be? Like, I personally think that if you want to make a good change in the world, you should be a leader, and you should, and when I say a leader, you should be an example of what you preach. You should, you know, not be saying, oh, eat healthy, smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol on the side. Like, I don't believe in that. I believe that we should be doing stuff that we truly want to fucking do. Don't waste your time. What do you want to do? Seriously, what do you want to do? But yeah, so that was just a little, probably long video for today. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If not, hey, well, what's up? You having an okay day? Yeah? You just don't want to do thumbs up? Okay, that's fine too. I really don't care. But I just want to kind of get some feedback, you know what I mean? Leave your comments below if this happened to resonate with you whatsoever. I will talk to you guys real soon. I'm working my best with this computer because I am very thankful for it. It's just iMovie is pretty slow. We did an upgrade on it, and we're still going to try some other things, so I'm trying to upload as much as possible. I literally say every couple days, but sometimes I'll upload 3 times in a day, sometimes 2, sometimes not one day, sometimes 4 one day, you know, you never know. It's actually funny because my boyfriend actually suggested, he's like, hey, maybe you should just do like 1 video a day kind of thing, you know? And I was just like, I don't know, like personally I love people who I follow on YouTube. I love when they make a ton of videos, you know. I don't care if they have 3 in a day. I would rather watch those 3 in a day than to have them like space it out and me wait, you know. That's why I never really gave a fuck for cable, because I don't want to wait a week for a TV show. You know what I mean? Like, I want it now. But yeah, so I'm just gonna upload a lot. Let me know if you like that in the comments below, because I'm gonna keep it up regardless. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Love yourself. Love yourself, because you are literally all you have at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You can have a lot of people in your life, but people always come and go. You are with yourself until the day that you decide to shapeshift and go on to your next journey. So learn to love yourself, learn to be your best friend, because once you are your own best friend, you'll never feel alone again, ever. It's seriously the coolest thing in the world, and I want you guys to experience that because it is the most awesome thing that has ever come my way. So yeah, I know this was a little long, I'm sorry, but hey, keep it real, keep it carbs, catch you later.